sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, no, you're fine. You are absolutely fine. It worked out because the press conference is still.
Good. So we're going to start. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I will say good afternoon, everyone. I would like to begin today by sharing my thoughts on the applicant's withdrawal of the 145 project in Harlem. There's been much speculation and rumor about this project that is not based in hard facts, and I'd like to set the record straight. First, it's important to understand the gravity of the situation that New Yorkers are facing at this moment. There is a housing crisis that has only been exacerbated by the pandemic. New York City needs more affordable housing, and that's why the council has prioritized the inclusion of $4 billion in the capital budget for this purpose and supported related HPD needs. It is not lost on me or anyone in this council that adding and preserving affordable housing must be a priority, especially with a focus towards deep affordability rather than simple overall numerical goals. I also believe that successful projects require serious community engagement. That is why, and that is what was lacking from this applicant. Applicants must adequately and earnestly engage the local community to address its land use and environmental concerns. That did not happen here. One example is the issue of transportation infrastructure. The community expressed grave concerns about an already overcapacity subway station to absorb the burden of the proposed development's impact. That is an issue that went completely unaddressed. There were various issues and a general lack of meaningful engagement, and thus the project was met with fierce local community opposition, from the community board to everyday residents to local elected officials at every level. This application was not about a singular elected official or a singular person. It was about the lack of engaging in good faith dialogue with all community stakeholders to reach common ground. Additionally, the applicant failed to formally confirm the necessary city funding that supported their proposal. The conversation about 145, especially as the project neared this week's votes, revolved around the 50% affordable housing figure, but let's be clear about this figure. It was aspirational because the council never received any formal indication from the city that subsidy funding for this project was secured to bring this project to 50% affordable units. As a council, we must deliberate on land use decisions based on confirmed facts and proposals that are supported by evidence. For this particular proposal, the idea of 50% of units being affordable was only discussed conceptually. It was never backed by confirming funding from the city that would have supported this level. Legally, the applicant would have been required by law to build around 25 to 30% affordable housing through the MIH requirement. Back in May, the applicant submitted a revised proposal that brought the affordable housing unit figure to 40% with city subsidy. But even this figure was never formally confirmed by the city. Therefore, it is inaccurate for anyone to claim that the council failed to support a project with 50% affordable housing, quote unquote. 50% affordable housing units when the applicant failed to formalize any city funding that would support such a proposal. We as a council are expected to be responsible in considering verified information, and so our expectation is that applicants in the land use process will responsibly engage as well. The council is looking to earnestly lead the charge in affordable housing development that benefits our communities and cities. Applicants should engage in good faith with communities, HPD, and the council, and hopefully be successful in the process. I want to be clear that many applicants currently engage in this way, which is why the council has created approximately 1,122 affordable units out of 1,839 units through land use approvals thus far. We know that far greater levels of housing need to be created with deeper affordability. The council takes its responsibility to advance these goals seriously, and we will remain committed to ensuring the land use process is an effective vehicle. And so today, We will accept the applicant's request to withdraw the application and remove it from our calendar. We hope this leads to an opportunity for a new, effective approach that is a successful path toward affordable housing. With that said, we'll move on to today's stated agenda. We will be voting on the following land use items. 1390 80 Avenue will facilitate the alteration in land use existing building as a preschool daycare in Councilmember Riley's district. 2 applications in Councilmember Ressler's district. 840 Lorimer Street rezoning will facilitate the development of a 10-story mixed-use residential and commercial building. It will include 74 housing units, 19 affordable units, and 28 off-street parking spaces. 103 Lee Avenue rezoning will facilitate the development of an 8-story mixed-use residential and commercial building. It will include 52 housing units, 16 affordable units, and 15 below-grade parking spaces. The council will modify to remove the 100 Lee Avenue site in order to avoid the direct displacement of the existing neighborhood retail and service businesses currently on that site. 146-93 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard rezoning will facilitate the construction of a new 8-story building in Majority Whip Brooks Powers District. The council will modify the proposal to better reflect the surrounding community character, and the commercial overlay will remain in place to bring existing businesses into conformance with zoning. We will also be voting on the following finance items. Introduction 103, sponsored by Councilmember Brannan, which would authorize an increase in the amount to be expended annually in the Sutphin Boulevard Business Improvement District, an extension of the boundaries of such district, and change in the method of assessment upon which the district charge in such district is based, and an increase in the maximum total amount to be expended for improvements in such district. This bill would also provide for the dissolution of the 165th Street Mall Special Assessment District and the dissolution of the Jamaica Center Mall Special Assessment District, which would merge into the Sutphin Boulevard bid. We will also be voting on a resolution that will establish the discount percentage for the early payment of real estate taxes at 0.5% per annum for fiscal year 2023. Next, we will vote on Introduction 208A, sponsored by Councilmember Natasha Williams. This bill seeks to improve the inspection processes for self-closing doors and to increase the instances where self-closing doors and non-compliance with other fire safety laws might be identified by requiring HPD and FDNY to share data regarding fire safety violations, and for each agency to use this data to better inform their building inspection protocols. This bill requires HPD to take a more proactive role in inspecting for self-closing door compliance. Each year, HPD would have to select 300 buildings to inspect, with the aim of targeting higher-risk buildings like Twin Parks. At our last stated meeting, we voted on an important package to ensure tragedies like the Twin Parks fire never happen again, and I'm very proud that we continue to build on this work. I invite Councilmember Williams to come up to the podium now and speak on her bill. Councilmember?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you for your leadership. The council has, of course, as you know, taken up lots of different bills on fire safety, and we are committed to ensuring that tragedy never happens again. I won't go over the bill, but we know functioning self-closing doors are the most effective barriers to temporarily inhibit the spread of flames and smoke, giving firefighters and tenants crucial time to respond and vacate buildings. It is also incredibly important that these doors are inspected regularly. We know city government tends to be reactionary. This is our attempt to make sure that we are taking proactive measures to address safety concerns. Residents deserve to live in buildings that take adequate steps towards safety, which will provide families reassurance that their homes have been inspected and insured and that landlords are held accountable. I want to also thank Councilmember Oswald Felice and Pierina Sanchez for their advocacy following the tragedy. And I want to just add one plug. It's also June as Gun Violence Awareness Month. That's why I'm wearing orange. We know gun violence continues to plague our city, and this council is focused on figuring out comprehensive solutions. And lastly, I'm also really excited about the bid consolidation. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing thing for the downtown Jamaica area and to increase our economic opportunities that our speaker knows so well, considering her role as a former CV12 chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. And congratulations on your legislation. Thank you so much. Finally, we will be voting on a resolution sponsored by Majority Leader Keith Powers, the chair of our Committee on Rules, Privileges, and Elections. This resolution accomplishes three things. First, the resolution provides that the council and its committees and subcommittees can use video conferencing to conduct our meetings, provided that a quorum is physically present in the same physical location where the public can attend. A council member can only participate virtually if they are unable to be physically present due to extraordinary circumstances as detailed in the resolution, such as disability, illness, or caregiving responsibilities. Second, when council members make use of video conferencing, the public is allowed to attend the meeting by video conferencing and participate by video conference if it is a meeting during which the public can participate. Third, the resolution enables me to make any and all determinations pursuant to the state open meetings law during a state disaster emergency declared by the governor or local emergency declared by the mayor, including suspension of any and all in-person participation requirements of the state open meetings law, because the circumstances necessitating the emergency declaration would affect or impair our ability to hold in-person meetings. Thank you to Majority Leader Powers for his leadership on this issue. And with that, I will take questions on topic first.
This time 945, you mentioned that the opposition, right, wasn't just one elected official, but, the council does have this kind of unofficial member deference policy. Just beyond this project, do you think there are instances, or might be instances where, the council should step in and approve a housing proposal over the local member's objections?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I certainly support efforts to find common ground with all those who have a stake in communities and meeting the city's need for affordable housing, which we know is paramount and of paramount concern. Each application is very different, so we're going to take each one on its merit and consider all that come before us on those specifics of each application that comes before us. Thank you. Hi.
Mayor Adams yesterday reinforced his in-person work policy to the employees. I'm wondering if what the council's official policy on remote work is, and if you agree with the mayor that city employees need to be working in the office 5 days a week to set an example for the private sector.
Well, the City Council continues to follow, as you know, CDC guidelines. We're continuing to watch our levels. We know that COVID is still here. It's still with us. It has not gone anywhere. And so we are very, very carefully aligned with keeping the public safe and keeping our members safe and all of our staff safe. We will continue to abide by the open state laws. And as we laid out in this resolution today, we will be in compliance with those laws that do bring our members into our meetings along with the public, as long as we've got a quorum. And we think that our resolution today will certainly impact the way that we move going forward in compliance.
This might be cleared up when I read the resolution, so I'm sorry if I'm
Sure.
asking an obvious question here, but so council staff, are they able to work remotely sort of at their decision?
Council staff has been phased in over the past few months, and they are the days continue to be phased in and increased. So we are looking closely at council staff also phasing back into normal work hours in the office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.